Hello everyone and welcome to SharpNess Gaming, and today we're here with week 1 of the EPL, the EndeavOUR Pokemon League. This is, for those of you who didn't know, a VGC 2018 league where each week we get a list of at least 10 Pokemon that we can choose from, and then and their lesser used Pokemon, and then we build a team around those and battle somebody else within the league. So, spoilers, or not spoilers, warning at the beginning of this video, my computer's on its heels again. I'm pretty sure Microsoft pushed through another stupid Windows update while I was asleep. I usually decline them as long as I can because it fucks my computer so badly, and it's doing it again. So this is like the 4th or 5th time I've tried recording this stupid thing. So we're going to be doing the cuts in between each segment just because we want to make sure we get this recorded. So, anyways, week 1 we were up against THATSAplusONE. Be sure to go check out his channel. I believe he's almost to 2,000 subscribers, if not already there. So we want to go support him, get him there before the end of the year. But also be sure to like and subscribe this video. Support us as well. But for week 1, we had the choice between these 10 Pokemon, and we're reading them off my phone because my computer's being a little. I'm gonna save those words for myself. It's having a hissy fit, so I don't want it to do too much work. Because it's just a little princess. Anyway, Camerupt, Bastiodon, Moltres, Haxorus, Absol, Dusknoir, Arbok, Huntail, and Gorbis, and EndeavOUR. You didn't have to use both Huntail and Gorbis. It's just convenient that they were the same week and right next to each other. Note, you can use the Mega Pokemon for each of those, so Mega Absol, Mega Camerupt were allowed. Mega Camerupt seemed to be what was going to be the most popular pick, just because it is a pretty good Mega. It's not used as often as the other ones, because it's not as reliable, because it is really freaking slow, so you need Trick Room for it, whereas the other ones can work in and out of Trick Room, like Mega Kang, Gardevoir, Mawile, Salamence. But yeah, Mega Camerupt seemed really good. Bastiodon I've been wanting to use. Moltres I've been wanting to use. Absol. EndeavOUR we have used. And we've used Camerupt before too. We will see them in the future, but I really want to use Arbok. We used Arbok in our playthrough. Who's our Arbok? Alpha. Alpha was our Arbok in our playthrough. So I really wanted to use it in VGC. I think it will be really good against like the Tapus and stuff. So we'll probably see it again just because this is a best of 3 against one person. So you don't get to see the variety as much with the Arbok. And typically I will have a team builder before these, but I didn't this week because our team's a little weird. Because I still don't have all the items, so I couldn't use the Pokemon I wanted to use. Originally, it was supposed to be Arbok, Pelipper, Mega Mawile, Celesteela, Tapu Koko, and Landorus Therian, but we don't have the Mega Mawile light, and I wasn't about to grind for 64 stupid battle points just to use Mega Mawile this week, especially because I built this team essentially right before we battled, because I've had no time. So I switched Mega Mawile for Mega Kangaskhan, and then because we were missing our Steel type, I put Celesteela. Wait, Celesteela I said was in the original team. It wasn't. It was supposed to be Arbok, Pelipper, Mega Mawile, Landorus Therian, Tapu Koko, and Liepard. So our new fake out user is Kangaskhan, our new Steel type was Celesteela. So yeah. I don't know what I was going to say from there. But you can see on the screen this is our first battle is a best of 3, as I previously mentioned. The first battle I did not bring Arbok because my opponent's team consisted of Haxorus, Tyranitar, Landorus Therian, Thundurus Incarnate, Excadrill, and Crobat. So that team really cucks over Arbok, and Arbok can't do much back to it. So in the first game, I didn't want to bring Arbok because I kind of wanted to see what this team was all about. I kind of had a feeling, but I wasn't 100. But I wanted to be 100% sure, not 100%, but more sure than I was before I brought Arbok into his death. So you can see the first battle. I brought Mega Kangaskhan, Landorus Therian, Pelipper, and Tapu Koko. You can see my opponent's team there. We're going to hit that play button. That's the only thing I don't like about these post-battle things is you can see my opponent's whole team, which kind of takes some of the mystery out of the battle. But you can see my opponent leads off with Haxorus and Tyranitar, while I lead Mega Kangaskhan and Landorus Therian. We're Max Speed Choice Scarf Landorus, and then Jolly Max Speed Kangaskhan. So we get the Intimidate off on Tyranitar and Haxorus. And we do see the Mold Breaker on the Hexorus as well. My Tyranitar does go first, obviously. I'm not sure on Hexorus' base speed, and I'm not sure what this Hexorus wants to do. I am used to like Dragon Dance Hexorus and Choice Scarf Hexorus. I don't know what my opponent brought for their Hexorus, but we do see the Tyranitar switch out. I kind of assumed it would. It does not like these two Pokemon because Kangaskhan typically carries a Fighting type move, and then Landorus, along with having Earthquake, sometimes carries Superpower, in which case ours does. So I'm going to U-turn because I don't think he'll stay in. I also fake out the Kangaskhan. Although I am interested in seeing what this Hexorus does, I don't want to give it too many turns to figure out what it's going to do. We do crit the first fake out, which does massive damage to that Hexorus, ignoring the Intimidate attack drop. And then we U-turn off of the Landorus, resetting our own Intimidate and getting rid of the -1 attack that we received from my opponent's Landorus. So I'm going to bring in Pelipper, resets the sand here into rain, just makes it so we're not taking hits. The only thing rain really helps is the Pelipper in this team. But yeah, it does help that we're not getting hurt by sand either. So I'm going to bring in my Landorus. I get another attack drop on the Hexorus, and then in the first attack drop on my opponent's Landorus. We do see the Landorus switch out though, so no Intimidates there. We're just going to see Tyranitar come back in to reset that sand up, so the Pelipper isn't getting boosted Scalds. I did Scald into that slot as well, and the Hexorus we see does have Guillotine. He does miss, thankfully. I'm like, oh boy, we better get rid of that thing because I don't want to be guillotined randomly. Scald still does pretty decent damage to Tyranitar for being in the sand now. Decreases how much damage we're outputting, and also Tyranitar's special defense is increased, so that does pretty decent damage for that. Hexorus does switch out here for my opponent's Landorus, who again, Intimidate's the name of the game here. With Pelipper, I believe I Scald into the Hexorus slot here, and then I Earthquaked with the Landorus. So seeing the Thunderous Incarnate come in, not great because my Earthquake is not going to hit anybody. Fortunately, it doesn't hit my own Pokemon either, which is great. And then I get a Scald off into this Landorus here, which does not burn, unfortunately. I Scalded Hexorus that turn just because I figured Earthquake will take out the Tyranitar anyway, and I wasn't super concerned with Tyranitar. I was more concerned with that Guillotining Hexorus. I'm going to switch out the Landorus because I am choiced into that now. I bring in Tapu Koko. I figured he wasn't going to Earthquake because there was 4 flying Pokemon on the field. Wouldn't really be useful to him. I am going to protect my Pelipper so I don't get Thunderbolted by the Thundurus. The terrain doesn't help the Thundurus because it is flying, but it's still going to kill me. He does get the free substitute up here and then tries to U-turn into the Pelipper, but because we are protecting, we keep the Landorus in for another turn. Which I don't know that I necessarily like because I do have Tapu Koko out here. So if he's not choiced, he's going to be able to do that. But I am going to go for Hidden Power Ice onto the Landorus, which should be able to KO from this range, which it does. So, no worries on the Landorus there. So, actually, I do like that we were able to keep him in, because then Tapu Koko was able to get rid of him. No more Intimidates. We're going to see the Thunderbolt go off into the Pelipper, which is on Fort. Pelipper is going to faint here because of the Thunderbolt. That's 4 times super effective. He ain't living that. So, we're going to take some Sandstorm damage here. No more rain for us, unfortunately. We do see the Hexorus come back out here, the Hex Dragon itself, while I bring out Landorus, so I can get off some Choice Scarfed Rock Slides into the substitute, break the sub, get this Thundurus out of here before it starts messing around too much. We're going to see the Mold Breaker once again on the Hexorus. Don't know why I felt a need to mention that, but I did. Hexorus actually goes for the Protect here, not wanting to take too many hits from the 2 Pokemon that are on the field, possibly getting damage onto Tapu Koko with an Earthquake if I decide to go that route, but I do not. I'm going for Rock Slide. He does have Swagger on the Thundurus, which is like, okay, so these are the games we're playing. All right, I'll bite. The chance for confusion has been decreased within this generation, so we still have the chance to be pulling this out here. I do go for Rock Slide. So unfortunately, Landorus is going before Koko, which I made my Landorus to go before Koko, so I can't be too upset about that. Give me. So unfortunately, Dazzling Gleam will be hitting this Thundurus. We don't get hurt in Confusion, which is really nice here, and the Sandstorm also subsides. So we're just going to go for the same play. He's going to Swagger my Landorus now, basically that's all he can hope for at this point, is hurting myself in confusion. Which is going to hurt a lot if Landorus does hit itself from that. Fortunately, we do not hit ourselves, and we get Rock Slide, hits both Pokemon here. It's going to KO the Thundurus, and bring Haxorus down to what looks like 1 HP. So Tapu Koko, I would enjoy if it broke through here, so that we're not getting hit by a Guillotine, possibly. Fortunately, we do break through. Dazzling Gleam is going to be able to KO the Haxorus, and considering my opponent only has a Tyranitar left, all I have to do would be to switch out the Landorus, so we're not confused anymore. And also, we can Choice Scarf ourselves into Superpower, and then Mega Kangaskhan with Low Kick. Tyranitar is just not going to be able to take that. So, my opponent is going to forfeit the first one, because we have at least one more match, if not 2. So, might as well move on to the next one if you know you're not going to be taking that one. As well, you don't give away as much of your moveset that way. So, gonna forfeit that first one. I'm gonna make a weird cut here so that I don't lose this, because I already recorded this first battle. I don't want to record it again. So forgive me for this cut here, guys. That cut also allows me to switch in between battles without as much weirdness. So for the next battle, I decided we better bring Arbok. That's the point of this league, my kids. We better, you know. But anyway, Landorus Therian, Mega Kangaskhan, Arbok, Pelipper versus my opponent's Haxorus, Crobat, Tyranitar, and Excadrill. I'm going to hit that play button, and we're going to get into this. So with my lead against the Haxorus and the Crobat, I'm assuming that the Haxorus is going to be going for Protect, and the Crobat will be going for Tailwind. I do kind of make a weird play here. At the moment, in my head, it made sense, but looking back on it now, it didn't make as much sense. What I'll do here, we'd get the Intimidate off on the Crobat and the Haxorus, obviously. I'm going to Mega Evolve my Kangaskhan, and I do go for Fake Out onto the Crobat, and then Rock Slide with my Landorus. My whole goal here was to KO Crobat before he could get Tailwind up. Actually, no, now that I think about it, it makes sense. So I go for Fake Out here, knowing full well I won't Inner Focus the Crobat. Alright, I won't flinch the Crobat because it has Inner Focus. Looking back on it, I'm like, why didn't I Double Edge to KO it? But that's because Kangaskhan doesn't outspeed Crobat. So I went for Fake Out because I'm trying to get rid of it before the Tailwind goes up. So we get massive damage off with that Fake Out. I go for the Rock Slide. I've missed the Crobat, so it is able to get up its Tailwind. I don't know that Rock Slide would have been able to KO, but at least we would have had that damage off on the Crobat. So, rather unfortunate. I'm going to switch on my Landorus, because again, I am still afraid of Guillotine. I figured that's the Pokemon he's going to Guillotine, if anything. And I bring in my Pelipper, because we do have Focus Sash there, so if he Guillotines us, I don't care. Well, I do care, but I don't faint, at least. The Crobat does go for Brave Bird, though, into my Pelipper. So, assuming at that point he's not Guillotining that slot, does a little over 50% and some nice recoil damage to Crobat. See Life Orb there. And we do see Outrage come out from the Haxorus. So, I kind of, at this point, am thinking that it is Dragonium Z Haxorus, because typically you wouldn't run Outrage just outright, because you can't choose which Pokemon you're hitting that way. But my Double Edge does do a ton of damage to that Haxorus, and now this next turn I can just Sucker Punch Haxorus because it is stuck in using Outrage, so it has to attack, so I can just KO it before it does more damage to me. And then this next turn, and then the Crobat will once again go for Brave Bird, which is going to be able to KO my poor little baby Pelipper. My poor little baby Pelipper. Not going to be able to do too much this match, no Tailwind for it. And now the Tyranitar is free to set up its sand whenever it likes, and it'll be able to stay around. Excadrill does come in here, though, so no sand support yet for it, but I'm going to bring in my Chabak, the Arbok, get the Intimidate off. I would have rather have had Landorus in here, but I didn't know he was going to bring an Excadrill at this point. So I'm going to go for Aqua Tail on the Excadrill. I do have Aqua Tail. I don't think I mentioned my Arbok set in this go-round of the recording. I do have Protect, Poison Jab, Aqua Tail, Coil, Max HP, Max Attack. I wanted to use Arbok on like Tapu Lele's and other Tapus. No Tapus on my opponent's team though, so unfortunate. But we do bring in Landorus just for another Intimidate on this Excadrill. I figured he wasn't gonna. Well, I was about to say, I figured he wasn't going to Earthquake, but he did have Crobat in, so he very well could have. But he does actually Iron Head my Landorus, and then I go for Aqua Tail on the Excadrill. If the rain had still been up, we would have been able to KO there, but unfortunately, my opponent did get rid of that. So now the Tailwind is done, and we do see the Tyranitar is the Mega Tyranitar. I do really like Mega Tyranitar on these Excadrill Sand teams. A lot of people run Choice Scarf for Assault Vest. I think Mega Tyranitar is the way to go, kids, but that's just me. I'm going to protect with the Arbok now because I don't want to get cucked. He is just going to continuously go for the Iron Head onto the Landorus. I still don't know what item this Excadrill is. We haven't seen a Z move anywhere yet. We haven't seen Life Orb on the Excadrill or the Haxorus. So I have no idea what the item is there. But I go for Earthquake, KOing the Excadrill, so we still won't know for the next game. And the Tyranitar does carry Stone Edge over Rock Slide for that damage. So it is able to KO my Landorus. Unfortunately. So now I bring in my Kangaskhan, and then my opponent's going to bring in the Crobat. I kind of prioritize weirdly here. I do go for Fake Out on the Crobat just to get rid of it, just so it doesn't Brave Bird something again. I guess probably still was my best play. KO the Crobat there. And then I go for Coil with my Arbok, because I figure Tyranitar won't be able to KO me, so I might as well set up here. Probably didn't need to set up, but I did. Stone Edge is going to crit the Kangaskhan. Didn't matter if it crit at that point. I was low enough, it was going to KO me anyway. But now that I have my attack and my defense and my accuracy, I'm just going to Aqua Tail with my Arbok, and now we'll be able to KO the Tyranitar here. Aqua Tail probably would have KO'd it anyway, but he's going to go for Stone Edge, and he frickin' crits me. So because I didn't just straight up Aqua Tail, my that's a +1 is going to pick up the second game, and that is going to bring us on to the third game. Rather unfortunate we got crit there, but again, I don't think I needed Aqua Tail. I don't know why I felt the need to. There's a lot of I don't know why I felt the need to in this game, it appears. And this game is also really hacksy, if I didn't mention previously, so get ready for that. This next one coming up here. We do make it 2-3 games. I'm going to make another cut quick, because again, I don't want to lose that recording. So, excuse me for this cut. Alright, and we're here at the final match, so we're going to see, from me, Mega Kangaskhan, Landorus Therian, Celesteela is finally showing up, and Arbok is coming back once again, because Arbok almost had that game. I want to give it a little more credit where credit is due. That's the point of this league, bring that Pokemon. So, Arbok almost taking that last game. I figured, hey, let's bring him again. My opponent this time bringing Thundurus Therian, Crobat, Excadrill, Tyranitar, no Haxorus this time. So my opponent brought the Pokemon the first 2 games, I brought mine the second 2 games. So we're going to get into this here. Right here. Right here. I don't know how to fill this void. But we see Thundurus, Crobat, 2 flying types against my Kangaskhan, Landorus. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This lead's really good. It's chalk. What can you do? So, again, I want to get rid of this Crobat. I don't like the Tailwind option, but Thundurus is also really annoying. Just a really annoying lead in general. I do just go for Rock Slide with the Landorus, and I believe I fake out the Crobat again. If not, fake out the Thundurus. I fake out something. That's all I know. Tyranitar does come in, though. Doesn't resist the Rock Slide, but it is going to take it better than the Thundurus would. And it gets the Sandstream up as well. So Kangaskhan will Mega Evolve here. I do go for the Fake Out onto, it's a surprise for me too, it is going to be on Tyranitar, so useless Fake Out here. We could have at least got damage off on the Crobat had we gone for that, but we're going to go for Rock Slide. We do connect with Crobat this turn. Would we have been able to KO with Fake Out? We would not have been able to KO the Crobat in the second game anyway, so not a huge deal that we missed, but all the same, Crobat would have been gone sooner. And Pelipper wouldn't have been gone, so, you know. But anyways, Tailwind does get set up by the Crobat, which is a little annoying, but that's fine. I'm going to withdraw my Landorus and bring out my Arbok, which allows me to intimidate that Tyranitar. So if he is trying to attack my my Kangaskhan here, I should be able to survive, especially because the Crobat's -2 now. And if he Ice-type attacked my Landorus, then we're safe in that regards. We just see the Tyranitar Mega Evolving here. I did just go for Low Kick because it will be able to KO the Tyranitar, and we should be able to survive as long as it doesn't crit Stone Edge me again. You're going to see Crobat going for Brave Bird once again, just unleashing that fury. It's going to be hitting Kangaskhan, still doing tons of damage at -2. And we're going to see the Recoil Life Orb. Tyranitar does go for Stone Edge, and it is also into Kangaskhan. No crit this time, so we do survive, and we get the low kick off, which will be able to KO this Tyranitar. So that big Stone Edger out of the way. Very thankful. Much thank for that. Alright, so Sandstorm damage. Not going to be able to KO my Kangaskhan here, but doing damage to everybody on the field. Extra Drill will now come out, taking advantage of the Sandstorm that Tyranitar left behind. We do see the Crobat switch out for the Thunderous, bringing that annoyance, that nuisance in once again. And I'm going to switch Arbok out because there's an Extra Drill there. So I'm going to bring in my Celesteela, which resists both the Steel type and the Ground type moves. I go for Sucker Punch, just some last-ditch effort damage from the Kangaskhan. And the Extra Drill does go for Rock Slide here. I actually avoid with Celesteela, which is really neat. And then Kangaskhan will unfortunately faint. The Thunderous, not going for a Prankster move, actually going for... It switched in that turn, so it didn't attack, that's why. I'm going to bring in my Lander, so I immediately threaten the Thunderous here with the Rock Slides. And then my Celesteela is free to mess with the Extra Drill as much as it would like. So we also intimidate the Extra Drill, which is nice. So we're going to actually see the Extra Drill withdraw, so it's not intimidated anymore. And the Crobat will come in, which was kind of strange because I am Rock Sliding with my Landorus. He does go for a substitute with Thunderous, so he can kind of stall out that Rock Slides, possibly get a miss. Crobat actually avoids the Rock Slide. Probably not the Pokemon he wanted to avoid Rock Slides, but it is the one that did. So we break the substitute on the Thunderous. And then I get a Leech Seed off onto the Crobat. So still going to be able to KO Crobat between Sandstorm and Leech Seed. Fortunately, neither of my Pokemon are getting hit by Sandstorm at this point, because it's a Steel and a Ground type. With Celesteela, I could get KO'd by that Thunderous at any point. I have max special defense, but I still haven't done calcs with Thunderous and Celesteela. I know we live Thunderbolts from Tapu Koko, but as far as Thunderous goes, I'm not 100% on that. So Excadrill is going to come back out. I'm going to switch out my Landers because, again, I'd like the Intimidate on that Excadrill. I'm going to bring in the Arbok, which is just another Intimidate on the Excadrill, which is just fine. I go for a Leech Seed with Celesteela here into the Substitute, just because I figure he's not going to continuously do that. He tries to self-Swagger. Unfortunately, he does miss himself. The Swagger does have a lower accuracy now. So he misses, so he is still at -1. And at this point, I'm thinking he's Lumberry on his Extra Drill, because why else would you self-Swagger? Unless you're really hoping for some fun times. But, yeah, he does miss. I do get Leech Seed off on Thunderous, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to continuously do this. Because I figured I'd live a Thunderbolt from a Thunderous. But he does have the Z move on the Thunderous. So I'm like, oh, Celesteela's freaking dead. Unless he, for some reason, went for Arbok, which I'm pretty sure he didn't because he has Extra Drill. There's not really a reason to go after the Arbok there. So the Gigavolt Havoc, 100%, it's going to KO my poor little baby Celesteela. And Celesteela going down, not being able to do much. He did pick up a KO. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Like, if I had Heavy Slammed that Crobat there, it wasn't a Crobat initially, to be fair. And we do see the Drill Run come out from the Extra Drill. The exact drill. And now I bring out my Landorus. I do have to choice myself into Rock Slide and hope for a bunch of flinches on this Extra Drill, unfortunately. We do get the Intimidate off there. So yeah. We still have no idea what the item is on the Extra Drill. We do see the substitute from the Thunderous, probably just trying to stall me out here. I am not PP maxed, so it is possible to do that. And Thunderous actually avoids the Rock Slide, which is like, no, no, I don't need that. I do need flinches, though. And we don't get the first one, so the Iron Head is going to connect with the Landorus. At -1, he's still doing a lot of damage. And we know he's not choiced because he has switched up moves. He's just going to keep substituting with Thunderous for some reason. I guess not wanting to swagger himself here yet, even though he is at -2. Spoilers, he's not Lumberry Excadrill, so he's probably not hoping for that, but we do flinch Extra Drill. I'm like, yes, we just need a lot more of those. We're going to see one more substitute from the Thunderous. This is the last one you can go for. I do go for Rock Slide, and it does connect with both Pokemon again, so keeping that Thunderous out from behind there. I don't think Thunderous can hurt my Landorus. So he has Sub, he has Thunderbolt, he has Swagger. I don't know the final move on that Thunderous. It might be Taunt. And we do flinch the extra drill again, so it's like, come on, baby boy, let's do this. So now, last-ditch effort, he swaggers himself. He doesn't want to swagger me because that's just boosting my damage output if I don't hit myself. But, I don't know, I think going after the Landorus with that would have been better, because now you can hurt yourself with the extra drill. So I go for the Rock Slide, KOs the Thunderous, and now I'm just like, flinch, damn you, extra drill, flinch. The Rock Slides are doing no damage to this extra drill. But actually, what's going to end up happening is extra drill will hit himself, which is the best case scenario for us, because our Rock Slides were not doing enough damage, whereas the extra drill is going to do more than enough damage to itself through confusion, and then our next Rock Slide will KO. So we won that through hacks, 100%. I mean, like, I would say it makes up for us losing to hacks in the second game, but I can't really say that because Stone Edge does have a high chance to crit, and I coiled instead of just straight up attacking. If I would have just straight up Aqua Tail, we could have won that second game, and we wouldn't have been even been in this position, unless like I missed Aqua Tail, which is 100% likely considering how the rest of these battles have been with the hacks. But yeah, we do win with hacks. We take those though. That's what this game is. So GG to THATSAplusONE. Thank you so much for battling, and thank you so much for being understanding with my work schedule. We had to actually push this back from Tuesday to a Thursday, and then like I was like, "Are you ready?" And then I went and showered. But yeah, again, be sure to go check out his channel. Try and get him up to 2,000 subscribers if he is not already there. If he is, still continue to support. Also, like and subscribe on this channel if you have not already to support this. The EPL will be back next week. We have a whole new team. We have a whole new list of Pokemon to choose from. If you guys want to help us choose a Pokemon for next week, if you go to our Discord, link for that is in the description below. I put up a separate chat for EPL. I'm not necessarily going to always choose the Pokemon that you guys suggest, just because there are some people from that league in there. Actually, I think only one is in there currently, but I don't want to be able for them to scout, but I do want your guys' ideas and inputs for those. So be sure to go over and check us out on Discord. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.